Hello and welcome to a versus video, and today I'm going to compare the Caudalie Vinosource Moisturizing Sorbet against the Caudalie Vinosource SOS Deep Hydration Moisturizer. And really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money. I will never waste your time with sponsored ads or videos. So if you want to help support the channel, check out nobsbeauty.com or click on the Amazon link below. So, you know what? It's interesting. Neither of these, I think, are products I've had a chance to review yet, but they have been products I've been using in and out of my routine for a while now. So I've had requests to review them, so I thought maybe I'd kind of review them both and do a little bit of a versus comparison between the two. So the other product in this collection is the Vinosource Serum, which I just decided these two are a little bit closer. This one contains a few... contains a little bit of alcohol and things like that, so I just decided that I would do a versus with this one at a different time. So I'll have to compare this one and the Sorbet, because those are the two I get asked to compare a lot as well. So anyway, so my first criteria is packaging, and obviously you can see the difference in packaging. The SOS moisturizer is packaged in a jar, a heavy one at that. And the Sorbet in all different sizes is packaged in a squeeze tube. They have a larger size, which is also packaged in a squeeze tube as well. So overall, right off the bat, I think you guys know where I'm going with this. I'm a much bigger fan of the squeeze tube because it protects the beneficial ingredients from exposure to air and light, and also allows it to maintain its kind of jelly texture a little bit longer versus this one where it's got the jar, which every time you open it, it kind of exposes it to light and air and fingers and things like that. So overall, I like this squeeze tube packaging much better. My second criteria is alcohol, and neither of these contain any denatured or drying types of alcohol. The Sorbet contains Behenyl alcohol, which is a straight chain fatty type of alcohol, which isn't a sensitizing or drying type of alcohol. It's one of the fatty good alcohols. And the SOS contains both cetearyl and oleal alcohol, which are also both fatty alcohol, but not necessarily the best for acne-prone skin, which I'll talk about in a minute as well. So overall, it's kind of a tie for this criteria. My third criteria is fragrance, and they both contain fragrance. The Sorbet has fragrance up a little higher on the ingredient list. However, for me, I noticed the scent, to me, it just seems lighter in the Sorbet than it does in the SOS cream. Both of them have about a floral scent. In the SOS cream, it just seems like it takes a little bit longer to kind of go away. So, but overall, they both contain fragrance, which isn't the best for sensitive skin. If you don't have sensitive skin and don't mind fragrance, there's nothing wrong with that. But overall, they both have a little bit of fragrance in them, so I gave this around a tie. Okay, my fourth criteria is acneogenic ingredients, and the Sorbet has a few: vitamin E, butylene glycol, and Glyceryl stearate, which is for fungal acne. So something to keep in mind if you have fungal acne, that Glyceryl stearate is not the best for it. But overall, it's got 3 acneogenic ingredients, which for the most part, 3 isn't too bad. But wait till I get to this guy now. Okay, so for this product, in terms of acneogenic ingredients, we have ethyl hexyl palmitate, vegetable oil, cetearyl alcohol, squalane, oleal alcohol, vitamin E, and then for fungal acne triggers for the SOS, we have ethyl hexyl cocotate, ethyl hexyl palmitate, borage seed oil, and sunflower seed oil. So for fungal acne triggers, the SOS is not going to be your best friend. So if you have that as a skin issue, it's probably better off to avoid that one altogether. So overall, if acne or fungal acne is a concern for you, the Sorbet is going to be the better option. So keep that one in mind. In terms of the manufacturing location, these are both made in France, so no issues with that. Antioxidants and beneficial ingredients. Man, the SOS, every time I use it, I'm reminded how heavily fragranced it really is, because it is. That scent takes a while to go away. Okay, off of that tirade. Okay, ease of use. No, yes, ease of use. Okay, so the Sorbet feels a little bit lighter and has a bit more of a kind of a creamy gel texture to it. And it tends to absorb pretty quickly into skin. both of these products are recommended for AM and PM use, which for the sorbet, I don't see that as being an issue. It works well in the morning and in the evening. If you have drier skin, you can layer this underneath something else. But the SOS is so thick, and it has kind of takes a while to like fully absorb. It kind of has that greasy feeling a little bit. So I couldn't imagine using this in my morning routine. I think it would have a tendency to allow my foundation to kind of slide around if I wasn't using a primer with it. So it just has a little bit of thickness, and it just takes a little bit while to absorb, and just has a little bit of that greasy, slippery feeling, which is great for dry skin, especially like in the evening routine. It wouldn't be a big deal because you're not going to apply foundation, powder, and makeup and things over it. But in the morning routine, when you're applying foundation and powder, using something that takes a while to absorb and kind of has that slippery, greasy feeling that lasts for a long time just can be problematic. So personally, the SOS I found works much better in your evening routine than the sorbet seems to work just fine in both. It absorbs pretty quickly, sets to a matte finish, and there's no issue with it. So in terms of ease of use, for me, I just found the sorbet to be a little bit more friendly to use, a little bit easier, it layers a little bit better, and doesn't leave kind of a slippery, greasy feeling that lingers for a while. So, okay, in terms of antioxidants and beneficial ingredients, so the sorbet, a lot of the first ingredients are slip ingredients. And then after all of those, we've got some beneficial ingredients such as vitamin E, lecithin, grape seed extract, grape juice, chamomile, and then a peptide at the very end. So it's the very last ingredient. And then the SOS, we've got squalane, grape water, borage seed oil, grape seed extract, grape juice, vitamin E, and sunflower seed oil. So the SOS just has a lot more beneficial ingredients, a lot more hydrating ingredients, and ones that can be good antioxidants. So overall, for the 7th criteria of antioxidants, the SOS wins this one just slightly, just by a hair. So, okay, in terms of animal testing, obviously they're both the same brand. I did say it was interesting when I was digging up on this page, on the SOS page on Sephora, it said Caudalie is cruelty-free, which they're not. They're not cruelty-free. They are sold in mainland China, which makes them instantly not cruelty-free. So, although they're both vegan. So, I finally found my vegan, not cruelty-free product. So, it's just an interesting combination to be vegan, but not cruelty-free. So, okay, performance. So, overall, the sorbet is going to be much better for those with oily skin, while the SOS is much more friendly for those with drier skin that need much more hydration. You can certainly layer them. You can even layer them with the Vinosource serum. But overall, the SOS is a bit more hydrating, so drier skin will like it. And oily skin, I have a feeling those with very oily skin would not be a huge fan of this, especially in the morning routine, just because of how slippery and how long it takes to fully absorb. So overall, for performance, I said if you have oily skin, the sorbet is going to be your friend. If you have super dry skin, the SOS is going to meet your needs a little bit better. So overall, for the performance, I kind of gave each of them just the point because one is better suited for something and the other one is better suited for somebody else. So there's no issue at all with that. My 10th criteria is the price. So the SOS is the full size. It's 1.6 ounces and it retails for $42. I've got like 10 of these little deluxe samples I've been using. So the full size of the sorbet is 1.3 ounces and retails for $39. So overall, the price per ounce, the SOS is just a little bit more affordable, just barely. But it was like a division thing. I had to divide it to figure it out because normally a lot of products are 1.6 ounces, but the comparison wasn't as easy because the sorbet is 1.3 ounces for the full size. So I used to be really good at math, but the older I get, it's like it's all just fading to the back of my mind. But I did figure out that calculation, and I think the SOS was, you got 0.39 ounces per dollar, and the sorbet was 0.3 ounces per dollar, if I recall correctly. But anyway, so the SOS was a little bit more affordable. But overall, Out of all 10 of these, considering the ties, I kind of just took the ones that they tied out. The Sorbet had 3 points and the SOS had 2 points. So really pretty darn close. Some of the great things about them are kind of the bad things they both have in common. Like neither of them have denatured alcohol, which is great, but they both have a lot of fragrance, which isn't great. So it was pretty close, but to be honest, oily skin types will probably like the Sorbet, or very dry skin will probably like the SOS a little bit better. So that's kind of my thoughts on the two. So since I hadn't reviewed them yet, it was kind of fun because I've been using them both off and on and just hadn't had a lot of time to really look at them individually. So it's kind of fun. And I really haven't done a lot of Caudalie products, so I'm going to have to do more because I really haven't done a lot. And I know a lot of you guys like Caudalie, so stay tuned for more Caudalie in the future. But anyway, so I'm interested in hearing from you guys if you guys have tried both or all three, including the serum. What your thoughts are, if you have a favorite, or what type of skin, if you have oily or dry skin and find one works better than the other, definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Stay tuned for more tomorrow, and thank you so much.